So I'm seeing a ton of girls right now, young women with endometriosis. So I'm going to talk about what that is and how to treat it using functional medicine principles. So endometriosis is a condition where the uterine lining, the actual tissue, the cells that line the uterus, actually start to migrate up in other areas. So they commonly are found in like the abdominal cavity. They can actually be found in the lungs. They can go all over. So why is this happening? First of all, endometriosis has a root cause of several different things. I think probably the most prominent one is estrogen dominance, meaning your estrogen levels are much higher than your progesterone. There's several reasons why this can happen. We've seen things like gut issues and gut bacteria that can cause it, but a lot of times it's actually caused by the adrenal glands starting to pull the enzymes that make progesterone to make more cortisol. Therefore, it leaves you with low progesterone, which is estrogen dominance. So progesterone replacement is typically part of our protocol for treating endometriosis, but that's not just the only thing that's going on. So in order to break up these scar tissues, we use a compound, actually a lot of different systemic enzymes. So these enzymes kind of go up there and gobble up and kind of break up scar tissue, fibrinogen, different kind of collagen and components in the body that's not supposed to be there. So sometimes these systemic enzymes that go in and break up calcium plaque in the arteries. They've gone to break up scar tissue and other like around a joint from an injury, those kind of things. But we can actually use these, and this has been studied to actually break up the scar tissue from endometriosis as well. So that's part of our protocol. The other thing is we've seen a lot of infections here, right? So infections in the uterus, infections in other parts of the body that actually can get to the uterine lining, causing a rapid overgrowth in those areas. So sometimes I will do cultures to figure out what bacteria could be present. I would say in almost all the cases that I've seen, there's bacteria dysbiosis. So that's actually more consistent with like a leaky gut syndrome. So the bacteria in the gut, which, what does the gut have to do with the uterus? Everything, just like everything else. So if there's a bacteria overgrowth in the gut because of birth control use or antibiotic therapy, the good bacteria starts to die off. That's protective. And the bad bacteria can actually populate. And sometimes we've seen other, not just bacteria, but other like yeast and things as well, like candida. So all that to say is you have to address the gut. When you're addressing endometriosis, you have to address any pathogens or bacteria that's actually in the uterus itself. You have to address just general inflammation in the body. You have to use something to kind of break up all those lesions and scar tissue. And then, of course, you have to watch and monitor and also treat the hormonal imbalances there.